Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the SC9 TV podcast for Big Brother 17. See, I got that right, Paul. Got it right this time. For the episode that aired July 2nd, 2015. I'm your host, Dom. With me, co-host Luke.
Welcome to Big Brother. With 12 votes to evict, Jace, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
This is probably the first time in Big Brother history that I actually cared about the person that went home first. I didn't want Jace to go.
Okay, let's hear it.
I didn't want him to go. Like,
Okay,
usually the first person out the door, it's just like, okay, I didn't have any time to know him. I don't care.
Well, what
Whatever,
did
they're
you
going.
like about Jace, though, that you wanted him to stay? I mean, I didn't really get a chance to really get to know him either. So
I just liked his attitude. I liked that he was, like, the chemistry that him and Austin had. I would have loved to see how that played out through, like, the rest of the season.
Right, but I was really, really surprised. I felt like I'm not even a house guest right now, and I felt completely blindsided at Austin's vote to evict Jace. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
whoa.
but you gotta also remember Jace is like, hey, don't vote for me. Keep yourself safe. Because
Right,
you don't want
yeah.
to paint a target on your back. So he's just like, yep, go ahead, vote against me. Because I'm going home anyway. You might as well
Exactly.
vote.
I mean,
But then we had Audrey,
Audrey's the only one that voted for Jackie.
and that one really surprised me at the time. But then it makes sense because now it looks like, oh, Austin voted for Jace when he didn't.
Yeah, right?
So I don't know. I don't think that's gonna necessarily stir any drama unless Austin starts going, "Hey, I didn't place that vote. Who did?" And then and then the house will get into a frenzy over it. But I don't think it's gonna cause as much drama as Audrey was intending it to.
Right, and it's only going to stir the pot. So Audrey's kind of laying low right now, and I mean, I think that he even warned her out in the backyard tonight. He's like, next week you're only going to get blood on your hands. You're going to be the next target after me. She's like, you're going home now, and he's like, well, guess what? You're going home next after me. Pretty soon a target's going to be painted on your back, and you are going to have blood on your own hands.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was not so much as surprised by Austin voting against Jace as I was Audrey voting for Jace.
I was surprised at both.
I thought Steve was going to really stand by him because Steve and Jace would have been a great power combo. You wouldn't really expect it out of the two of them.
Right, but I think their friendship kind of went downhill after the veto competition because if you watch the live feeds, they had that little fight.
Yeah.
And I don't blame Jace for going up to the HOH room and laying into James for what he did. I mean, he's like, even James pointed out, like I pointed out on last podcast, do you remember what game you're playing? This is Big Brother. I respect you as a person, but I'm playing my own game here. You're
Right.
playing your own game, and obviously I'm not going to compete against you anymore.
Yep.
I don't want to compete against you. He's entitled to that opinion.
Yes.
But Jace was playing with his emotions, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Jace reminded me a lot of what's his name from last year? The pedicab driver. I just completely blanked out on his name. Hayden, yeah. Yeah, he reminded me a lot of Hayden. I think that's why I like Jace so much.
Yeah, something? I could see him and Jace aren't lookalikes, but they kind of resemble that same kind of feature with the hair and the hat and stuff, the clothes.
Yeah.
And what an exit he made from the house.
Yeah, I'm just worried about Austin now because Jace was like his best buddy. So,
Right.
like, who's Austin going to turn to? Austin's kind of like the odd man out right now.
Like he's alone in the house, basically.
Yeah.
Nobody's really bonded with him in the house. So
Right, and that's dangerous.
Jace is his ally.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dangerous to be alone in that house. You need to like make friends. You need to be part of a clique.
That you do. And you know
So,
what? He's going to have to blend in and see who he's compatible with, even if it means starting a showmance.
yep.
And,
So the
and
twin twist was revealed.
yep, it is Liz and her twin sister, Julia,
Yeah.
switched 3 times, and nobody had a clue.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't have known. I
Yeah,
would
but
have
you know
no
what?
clue.
It's me neither. You know something? But it's very obvious how much alike they look. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Audrey was already suspecting, oh, there's a twin in the house. It's
Yeah,
like,
but
what?
then they were asking, okay, who's the sister? You have an older sister, and she even grilled Liz about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like,
I
wow,
mean, they
this
haven't
is
done a twin twist in forever. It was either, I want to say season 2 or season 6. It was somewhere like, somewhere around there. Um, and so I going into the house, I wouldn't expect that. That's not like the first, oh, there's a twin in the house. I wouldn't even think of that.
mm-mm. No, it's amazing how much they could do and stuff like that. And they only have 10 minutes to, really, download each other basically on what's been happening and stuff like that. So nobody could suspect,
Yeah.
because otherwise it'll blow up in their face.
Yep.
Um, but a big congratulations, not to push it or fast forward ahead, but a big congratulations to Becky and Shelley, who are the two HOHs for this week.
Yeah. What did you think about the competition? It was pretty straightforward.
I thought it was pretty cool. And have you noticed in the poster, the poster that was supposed to be the one Kathy Griffith didn't like, Ginger Fever? You
Mm-hmm.
realize that was Andy Herron?
I did not.
That has to be Andy. I'm
Huh.
sorry, that has to be Andy Herron.
Hmm.
Big Brother 15 winner.
Right. Yeah. No, I didn't even realize that.
I know, but it was like if you go back to the episode and look at it, that is Andy Herron. I'm telling you.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
I'll have to take a look. What did you think of Kathy Griffin?
Kathy Griffin's twist is going to be phenomenal. I want to add in a little bit into it there. I think they slightly got that idea from Big Brother Canada season 1 when the phone rings, but the seventh caller is part of the twist.
Right.
They could select 3 people to not vote on next week's eviction.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge.
That is going to be, well, how would you say it would be huge though? Like, how big of a twist do you think this is? Because
Because
I didn't really get it.
it depends on when they get picked, and all that. Because if and when they have to choose. Because if it's somebody that's getting evicted, right? They're on the block. They don't win the veto. They're up again, and they seem like they're gonna go home, but the house is somewhat split. It's like a 50-50 shot whether or not they're going. All they have to
Right.
do is pick 3 people that are going to vote them out of the house that they can't vote, and now all of a sudden the votes are in their favor.
Right. Oh, I understand what you mean. No, I understand that's how it works. See, I was trying to figure out, but then I think the
But it
name of
really
this.
comes down to when they get to choose those people, because if they do it before the veto, or you know it's going to change things. So
Absolutely. And they're also going to. I think another part of this is called, and we also forgot to mention this week's Big Brother Takeover is called Having the Last Laugh.
right.
So, who would you think? I want to put you in the spotlight right now. If you were one of the HOHs, who would you put up? Who would you nominate for eviction and why?
Audrey, because she's stirring up too much trouble in the house, and I would probably put up James, because I don't really like his attitude.
Mm. Yeah, did you see he was kind of cocky? Even though Jace kind of made a point toward him and Jace was grilling him, James was like, he had that I don't give a shit type of attitude. He's like, "Hello, do you realize we're in the Big Brother house? This is Big Brother. We're playing the game here. It's nothing personal." He's like, "Well, I take it personal, but
Right, and
that's
after what he pulled with Jace, I wouldn't be able to trust him. So he would be able to make an alliance with me, and I would not believe that he's in an alliance
yeah."
with me.
So
I
he
wouldn't be able to
basically,
trust him. As
if
much as
somebody
I don't like Jason right now, Jason's really getting on my nerves, but
but I thought Jason
he's
kind of toned down a
he
bit.
did, but then again, he started bothering me again this episode. But
Yeah, you know why? Because when he pulled off his in the diary room, when he was called into the diary room to make his
yeah. Yep.
vote to evict. Hi, Jason. Hey, honey. He's like, I ecstatically vote to evict Jace.
And then
Like,
he just
come
like
on, tone
he
it down,
yeah, but
princess.
not even that. He just got up and walked out before she even had a chance to acknowledge that he made the vote or whatever. And it's just like, I don't know, get over yourself. So
Yeah, like, hello. I mean,
Jason's really starting to annoy me, but I think I could trust him more than I could trust James at this point.
yeah, I
So
mean, nothing against Jason. He's part of my community too, but I'm not gonna go around and act like a princess, okay? I'm a masculine gay guy. I wouldn't bring my femininity into the house because that only puts a
but
target on my
that's
back.
who he is though. You can't really
Yeah,
change that, but
yeah. I
like
mean, I'm
so
not.
I'm just saying that that kind of personality has conflicts with
Yeah,
mine.
exactly. I
So
mean,
that's
I'm
why I
not
don't
saying
like him, but that's not a reason for me to vote him out of the house, you
no,
know.
of course not. I mean, I know he's probably not doing it on purpose because that's his personality. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't do what I do on purpose.
Yep.
Yeah,
So I don't
but
know. This is going to be interesting. Jace's reaction to the twin twist was great.
yes, was priceless. It was a oh my god, they are so good. I would not have suspected that. That was his full response.
Yeah, and then it was revealed that if the twins make it through 5 evictions, then they both come into the house to play together.
Like surprise house guests,
Yep.
basically something like that.
Yeah, so that'll be really interesting. Um,
Absolutely. Question for you though, getting
yes.
back to the Kathy Griffin. I can't even talk tonight. Getting back to Kathy Griffin, even though she is part of the Big Brother takeover this week, or BB takeover as we put it, do you think she will make a second appearance with Zingbot again? Or do you
If
think it's too soon to tell?
not, then Zingbot will still make it, but probably with another comedian or maybe with Zanky or maybe just Zach.
Think
I could see Zach and Zingbot getting along really well.
Zach and Zingbot. Oh yeah. And by the way, I know you didn't notice tonight, but Frankie Grande was in the audience, and Jace noticed him once he got out of the house. Frankie, my man!
Yeah,
He was all excited. You know something? I could see how excited. That's what I like about Frankie. He gets all excited, and you know what? Meeting him in person again, I couldn't even eat my meal after I met him because you get that adrenaline. You're like, oh my god, I was just standing next to somebody from my favorite TV show, and he was a house guest.
yeah,
Oh my god! But you know what? As much as his personality showed on the show where everybody didn't like him, if you got to meet him in person, you could see, even though you've only met him for a couple of seconds, you could see how nice enough he was to get a picture with you and at least talk to you.
yeah. No, that's really cool.
Yeah, and you know what? You've met a house guest that was all upfront and honest with you. You know, he said, "Don't bullshit me."
Yeah,
Yeah, and you liked that about him,
I
didn't you?
did.
As much as he said that, you know what? He was honest.
Yep. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Eric from Big Brother 8,
yeah. I mean, you know
Maker's
what?
player.
Yeah, he was a great player, but he even said, "Don't bullshit me. Tell
Yeah.
me, you don't have to tell me I wasn't your favorite."
I told him he was. I said he was one of my favorites, and he goes, "Don't
One,
bullshit me." And I said, "I didn't say you were my favorite. I said you were
you
one
were
of them. I said
one of them.
I liked Evil Dick way better than I liked you, but you were a very close second."
And
So
was he an asshole when
no,
you said?
after that he's like, "Oh, okay, you know."
Yeah,
So
like he was cool with it. Like at first he came off as an arrogant idiot, but then once you got to know him, he was cool.
yeah,
And that was when you went to audition for season 14.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hey, got the perfect dates down, man.
yeah.
What did you think of uh what could you predict the next Battle of the Block is gonna be? What do you think what kind of theme it's gonna be from the past seasons?
Oof. I don't know. It's really hard to tell.
Because it's too early in the game,
Yeah,
but
it's way too early.
do you think
I don't think it's going to be like the traditional counting or, we're not going to see that thing where they climb the waterfall or anything for quite some time. It's
no,
going to be
are
much
you think
later.
yeah,
And they're
oh,
not going to do a battle of the block for like the fill up the cups and, the
yeah,
jars of water and, liquid, whatever. They're not going to do that till
yeah,
much later on.
absolutely. And we have yet to see, this is not going to come until way in the middle of the season. We're not going to see this for quite some time. Oh, Tev.
Yep. What we may see relatively soon, I don't expect it at this one, but maybe the one after that is the egg through the fence competition.
Yes, I am looking forward to that, but that's going to be an HOH competition.
Yeah, maybe. It could
Because then
be
they use that as an HOH competition for the past 2 years.
right, but they could do it as a battle of the block.
You think
Um,
so?
they could,
I could see them doing that. I really,
change things up a little, make it fresh, mix it up.
yeah. I mean, mix it up. Like if you do something similar every season, it's going to get ratings down and it's going to be boring.
Yeah. Or they could do one of those trampoline things where they got to bounce and,
Yes, or the swinging across the window. Remember for the comics last season? That was my favorite.
Yep. Yeah, so there's a lot of interesting ones that they could do. Um, but yeah, I can't wait to see how the phone call thing actually plays out.
I'm so looking forward to that.
I hope it rings at like 3 in the morning, when they're trying to sleep.
Uh-huh. I could definitely see them pulling that off because it's happened before. They've done crazy shit where that's happened before, especially from season 14 when Frank Udy had to bathe like all from head to toe in the blueberry sauce. Remember
Yeah.
that? At 3 in the morning too, they would wake him up.
Yeah.
Or JU Double D from season 15. He had to get up and the Big Brother drill sergeant was saying, "Jed, drop and give me 50 or
All
something
I know
like
is I would be hanging out by that phone 24/7.
that. Would you sleep near the phone?
I would.
I would. Wait a minute, but if you get the wouldn't you want to be the seventh caller at
But
least?
you don't know that. The house guests don't know that in the house. That's only something we know. They have no clue that
Oh,
the
okay,
phone is tied to any sort of reward or prize or punishment. They have
Or
no clue.
That's right. And you know what? The have-nots have it worse this week. They have to eat slop. They have to sleep in an uncomfortable room and take cold showers for the remainder of the week.
Yeah, and I did notice one of the girls had the bandana over their eyes, so the lights are on 24/7 in that room. So yeah.
Oh, that's right. They have to sleep with the lights on in that room.
Yep,
Wasn't it that way every season?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, naturally, who could sleep in light? Not me.
Nope.
It would be uncomfortable for me. So I would definitely have to wear a bed mask to go to
Yeah.
bed. At least to a black one, a complete black sleeping mask.
Yep. I think that's about it. You have anything else for us?
I'll just end it with my usual. Be a fly on the wall inside the Big Brother house. Watch the house guests anytime with the live feed on CBS.com. And be sure to tune in soon once again with Big Brother historians Luke, Dom, and Erika, who is apparently absent tonight, as they do the recap of Big Brother.
You can catch us next Wednesday, right?
We're doing it next Wednesday for the recap.
Yep, next Wednesday following the live, well, it's not live, but following the episode that airs on television.
Yep.
And you can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. Luke, where can the people find you?
You can find me down below at Zupa23 on Twitter.
Excellent. You can find both of us and others on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV Podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Till next week.
From outside the Big Brother house, we are Dom and Luke. Good night.
Had to let you do that.
Did you get that in?
Of course.
Awesome. Yeah, you have to just remember that always. You have to let me do that. And I'm putting you into our conclusion. You, Dom, you and Erika.
Of course.
Absolutely.